All right, y'all. I don't really know who needs to hear this on Christmas Eve, but I got news for you, and it's big news. Santa Claus is real. Okay. The only thing is, guys, he goes by Mark Cuban now, right? And so your host, Ethan, the advisor Clayton, fresh off of a hot win over the Denver Nuggets last night, I've put together a list of 10 things that I want to ask Santa Claus / Mark Cuban for. I think Mark Cuban is like the closest thing that we have to Santa Claus at this moment. And he might have a deeper pocketbook than Santa Claus. I don't know how that works. But anyway, nonetheless, I've put together 10 wishes for this Christmas here in 2025. I hope you guys enjoy the special Christmas Eve edition of Your Mavs, which, by the way, it's a Dallas Mavericks podcast where all are welcome, but y'all better behave, especially if you have been on the naughty list this year. Okay. Speaking of nice or naughty, hey, Mark Cuban, I feel like I've been pretty good this year. I started a podcast. I say nice things about your team. I have 50-something subscribers now. Do me a solid. Here's my list of 10 wishes. Let's dive in. First wish on your Mavs Christmas list. I want a non-clutch win over the Golden State Warriors on Christmas Day. Okay. I don't want anything tight. I don't want drama. I want a classic belt to you-know-what on Christmas Day, right? Many people kind of the first week of the season, they're like, why the heck did the Dallas Mavericks get a Christmas Day game? They might even be asking the same thing about the Golden State Warriors. And I want those questions to continue. Like, why did the Warriors get this? But I want it to be abundantly clear that we are that team. We deserve the spotlight. Our rookie is that guy. Like, I want belt to you-know-what tomorrow morning. Like, that's the first thing I'm asking for on my Christmas list. I want to get Draymond Green's skin so early in. But yeah, the big thing is more than half of our games this season have been in the clutch, and more than half of those clutch games we have lost. Right? I want a drama-free Christmas afternoon. Like, Steph Curry can do Steph Curry things as far as I'm concerned. Klay Thompson can, I guess, show off in case Golden State wants to trade back for him and give us some draft picks. But either way, I want a convincing win on Christmas Day. That's my first wish. Second wish, also relating to tomorrow's game, Cooper Flagg's first career triple-double. Okay, if you guys were watching the Nuggets game last night, our guy, the main event, had 33 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. Okay, so we were flirting with the triple-double. We've flirted with it a few times so far this season. I think Christmas Day, riding a high after a big victory, the writing is on the wall. Our homie is getting a triple-double. I know that's not really something I can ask Santa Claus, or not something that Mark Cuban could do anything about. I don't really think we need assistance from those guys. Cooper Flagg can get it on his own. Yeah, I want a convincing victory with a Cooper Flagg triple-double. Am I too greedy yet? Just wait. There's like 7 more wishes or 8 more wishes. My third wish on your Mavs Christmas list. If we're going to trade Klay Thompson, I want to trade him to Detroit, okay, in exchange for Duncan Robinson and a pick. Okay, I'm not even going to go into the weeds with the analysis on why, but I think, Detroit, we've talked about this already. They're not necessarily looking to make a big splash trade. They don't need to, okay, but they do need more shooting, okay? So why don't you pick up the phone? Let's have a quick conversation. Can we do a quick swap? You take our Klay Thompson. That definitely moves the needle for you guys. We bring in a replacement shooter for Klay Thompson that we would be bringing off the bench. And, for our troubles, give us a pick. Like, I don't expect that there would be a first-round pick, but a second-rounder would be fine too. Let's just do it. But this is if we're going to trade Klay Thompson. I don't want to bother with Toronto and whatever they have to offer. I am not super interested in really what the Warriors would have to offer. So I'm saying, Santa, can we please, if we're going to trade Klay, trade him to Detroit for Duncan Robinson and a pick. Okay, that's wish number 3. How about number 4? While we're talking about trades, Daniel Gafford, right? My man has been on the hot seat since day one of this season, right? Even though he didn't play for the first couple of weeks because of an ankle injury, pretty well from the start. You've heard me talk about trading him because our roster is out of balance. And so far this season, it doesn't look like he has the special sauce anymore. It looks like he either needs a change of scenery or his value's tanking. And Mark Cuban, I need you to move that contract before it's too late. Okay. And in fact, here's what I'm asking for specifically. Let's trade Daniel Gafford to the Indiana Pacers for Benedict Mathurin and a first-round pick. Thank you very much. Right? Again, Klay for Duncan Robinson. We bring in shooting and a second-round pick. Ship out Daniel Gafford, bring in scoring and shooting and intensity for Benedict Mathurin and a pick. I'm very, very happy with this. Again, if I'm sounding greedy, just wait. It gets better / worse, right? I have a lot of demands for Santa Mark today. Wish number 5. Okay. Dear Santa, dear Mark Cuban, do not trade Anthony Davis unless it is for a killer return. Okay. And if we're talking about a killer return, let me specify my top choice would be sending Anthony Davis to Chicago. Give me the Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White, expiring contracts, and 2 first-round picks. Like that theoretical trade package that was thrown out there like a month ago by Zach Lowe. Give me like that. That is what I would consider to be a killer return. If not Chicago, how about this? You've heard me talk about this like over the last week. Atlanta Hawks. I want Kristaps Porzingis expiring contract. I want Asa Newell. I want Zachary Rizachet. And I want, wait for it, picks. Okay. But if not those 2 guys, if not Chicago, if not Atlanta, that's fine. Let's do a deal with Miami. Okay. That deal is going to be centered around Khalil Ware, right? We've already sent away Gafford. So since we're without Derek Lively for the rest of the season, we do need a center. Let's go get Khalil Ware, right? Who is just discovering his powers, who is a 2-way monster. He is a guy that can shoot. He can dominate rebounds. He can do all of the above. I want this guy. Now, obviously, he's on a rookie contract. So the Anthony Davis for Khalil Ware, that ain't happening. So they got to throw in the Terry Rozier. Santa, please grant Miami permission to move that Terry Rozier contract. That'll make life easier, not just for the Mavericks, but for everybody in the NBA. Because the Miami Heat are going to be at the center of virtually every trade conversation. They started off the season hot. Now they're struggling. They need to make a move, and they need to know if they can make a move related to Terry Rozier, because that contract is going to be highly necessary for them to make the moves that they need to make. So, guys, if it's not Chicago, Atlanta, or Miami, I'm not doing a deal for Anthony Davis. Okay. That is my request for Anthony Davis. If we can't get that, great. Just run it to the end of the season. Let him boost his value. Our homie is flirting with 40 points virtually every night. Let's get a couple of 40-20 games in there, and the phone is going to be ringing off the hook. But I'm not answering if it's not those 3 teams. Anyway, let's move on. My 6th wish on my Your Mavs Christmas list. This is a big one, guys. This is super greedy. I want the Mavs injury bug to go away. Okay? No more injuries. That's unrealistic. But like the insanity of a sore Achilles, hamstring, foot soreness, re-spraining an ankle for the 7th time, having an illness that seems to just be passing around the entire locker room, and some guys are going to miss 3 games, 4 games as a result of it. Like, I need that to go away, please. Please, please, please. We have suffered enough with the Shams bombs, all related to injury reports for the Dallas Mavericks. Like, can we have that go away, please? I'll be good. I promise. Number 7 on the list. We have 4 more to go. 4 more. And I've kind of saved these last 4 as like kind of stretch wishes. Like if I got any of like 3 of the first 6, I'm a really happy guy. Okay. But if I get even 1 of these last 4 wishes, like I'm going to be so obnoxious. Okay. Let's dive in. Number 7, I want Kyrie to return in form. Okay. I like if that means he has to return after the All-Star break. Great. If that means he returns mid-January, but he is like dialed in, he is fully himself, that is what I want. Okay. I don't want Kyrie to come back 70% and miss every back-to-back. I don't want him to come back and be totally rusty, but us to be totally relying on him. Like that's not a healthy situation. What I want is for him to come back fully healthy, fully ready to play good freaking basketball. Okay. Again, if that means he has to return post All-Star break, do it. Do it. Thank you, Santa. 3 more to go. Here's brace yourselves. Number 8 is a doozy. Okay. Dear Santa, dear Mark Cuban, whoever is listening, I want to win the play-in tournament, and I want to upset the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round of the playoffs. Okay. Let just imagine we barely get into the play-in tournament. We win. We're the 8 seed matched up with the 1 seed, and we're the 3rd team in NBA history that is an 8 seed upsetting a 1. That is what I want. Okay. I don't necessarily need us to win a championship. I don't need us to go to the conference finals, whatever. Like every championship discussion this year, like whether or not somebody is a contender, all that discussion all runs through OKC. Like, well, they're pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you, but can they win a 7-game series with Oklahoma City? And the answer is always no. I think the Mavericks are especially gifted in the ability to take OKC down. And if we find a way to match up with them in the first round of the playoffs after winning the play-in tournament, watch out, OKC. I got my eyes on you. Okay, now, even though we win the play-in tournament and we beat OKC in the first round of the playoffs, I still want us to get a lottery pick. Okay, how, you might ask? Because of the trades that we talked about earlier, right? Whether it's Klay or Gafford or Anthony Davis, like one of those trades will get us a lottery pick in the 2026 draft if our own pick does not get us there. Anywho, number 9 on the list, 2 more to go. This one is also a really big one. Pipe dream. Santa, can we please have Dirk Nowitzki as the new GM or some sort of front office role? Can we please? Like, Patrick Dumont has made it a priority of his that he wants to restore the relationship between the city of Dallas, the Mavericks organization, and its best player ever, Dirk Nowitzki. No more lip service. Let's do something to bring our guy in and make him an advisor or a consultant or the GM. Hello? That's what I want. Can you imagine that Shams bomb whenever it says Dirk Nowitzki has rejoined the Dallas Mavericks organization as general manager? Oh, I can hardly stand the excitement that would come from that. Okay. But this last one, number 10 on your Mavs Christmas list for 2025, a Cooper Flagg Rookie of the Year and All-Star selection. Okay. I don't think either of those are a stretch. I don't think either of those are something that Santa Claus or Mark Cuban would have to get involved to make it happen. No, our guy's going to do it on his own. But that's kind of even though I listed it 10 today in today's episode, that's kind of at the top of my list. If none of those things happen, but Cooper Flagg wins Rookie of the Year and gets an All-Star selection, I'm very, very happy. So let's start back at the top. I'll run through the list one more time. I'll have Santa make the list, check it twice, find out who's naughty or nice, and then we'll see how many of these actually happen. Okay, again, number 1, a non-clutch win against the Golden State Warriors on Christmas Day. Number 2, Cooper Flagg getting his first career triple-double on Christmas Day under the bright lights with everyone watching. If we're going to trade Klay Thompson, trade him to Detroit in exchange for Duncan Robinson and a 2nd-round pick. If we're going to trade Daniel Gafford, trade him to the Indiana Pacers for Benedict Mathurin and a pick. Do not trade Anthony Davis unless it's for a killer package like Chicago, Vooch, Kobe White, expiring contracts and picks. Atlanta, Kristaps Porzingis, Asa Newell, Zachary Rizachet, and picks. Or Miami, Khalil Ware, Terry Rozier, expiring contracts and, wait for it, picks. That's number 5. Then number 6 was Mavs injury bug goes away. That's oh my gosh. Can you imagine us having a stretch of the season where we have virtually no injuries? Wouldn't that be crazy? Speaking of injuries, again, I also wished that Kyrie would return in form. no ramp up, no nothing fancy, but he shows up, he's ready to play. He saves our season, and we go win the play-in tournament. We beat OKC in the first round of the playoffs, and we still get a lottery pick because of the other trades that we've made. And then the last two were Dirk landing the new GM or front office role, and Cooper Flagg getting all-star selection and rookie of the year. Those are my wishes, Santa Claus, Mark Cuban, whatever you want to call him. Whoever's listening, whoever can help. I've been really good this year. So have my listeners. So have the Mavs fan base. Not all the Mavs fan base have been good, right? You remember the chants, all of that. But this is the season of giving. This is the season of hope. These are my hopes and dreams and wishes and demands for Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I will likely be back on Friday, the day after Christmas, to record a reaction video to how the game with the Warriors went. And maybe even start talking about 2026 priorities. Now, somehow I'm going to have to create fresh content that the priorities for 2026 would be somehow different than all the things that I just listed as a Christmas wish. So more to come on that. But guys, thank you so much. Have a very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I'll see you Friday morning. But between now and then, y'all be good.